Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the SGL broadcast of the post-game interview for the CaDF versus V or Violent game. That would be the July 2nd game at 7 o'clock p.m. Wow, what a game. Gotta say, we said this on a few of the interviews before, as well as last week, that this would be the game of the week, and it certainly turned out to be so. I'm joined by V and CaDF. I've got Ominous, my co-commentator here. So let's just go over a quick recap of the game. It started out, actually, V took an interesting start to the game and was able to pull out a nice flag run to make it 1-0 for V against CaDF. But then near the end of the game, or throughout, CaDF came back and was able to take the game 2 versus 1. So let's hear from the champions to begin with. Clan CaDF, what did you guys think going into it? Did you expect to have the win of 2-1, or did you expect it to be a little bit better? Sebek.
Okay, I guess I'll take the question. I think we definitely shouldn't have gotten captain. Overall, I think we were playing much better than we did last week, and I was pretty frustrated that we managed to give up a cap that early. And it was largely due to a play that we made rather than Violent outplaying us. We made a big mistake of leaving 2 people high versus 3 people, and they punished us for it. But then after that, we started to play our game, how we know and like to play, and I think we comprehensively outplayed V. I don't think they were much of a threat after that. I'm pretty happy aside from that one mistake, which they duly punished us for.
Well, I have to say, at the very beginning of the game, Omnis and I were both making the comment that, you seemed a little bit shaken at the beginning of the game. You didn't look like you were playing your top game. Now, I know this was the case when we spoke with you last after the iLogic game. Do you feel that you just, you kind of started off a little bit on the wrong foot, Sebek, and then, said, wait, what the hell am I doing, and picked up your feet?
I still came out pretty bad. It's starting to get quite annoying because in public games I'm putting together pretty good games, and I've been actually playing against a bunch of the Violents throughout the week, and I think I've been doing pretty well against them, and so it was kind of annoying to come out and have a pretty bad start, take some dumb damage, get hit by some stupid bounties, some off-screen spreads that I didn't think would reach me, ended up killing me. But then I think I got it together. I still don't think I put together a game that I'm capable of playing, but I'm much more satisfied with that game than I was last week.
All right, well, we look forward to seeing what you have to offer us in the next coming games. Fusion, you wanted to give us your input on that game. How did you feel you played, or how did you feel your team played, and how the game went?
I thought they played a pretty strong game in the later half. I agree with the things that PF said, that I didn't feel we were too threatened by Violent's pressure in the latter half of the game. We did have the early mistake that did lead to a cap, but other than that, I feel like we played a decent end game, and we were able to pull in 2 flags and take the win. So happy with that, but there's definitely some things we'll probably want to look at for the future.
I have a couple of questions for CaDF, for anybody in CaDF. My question is, what do you think you guys did wrong when you got capped on in the very beginning of the game?
Well, that's there was the initial battle, then and we came out flat, and we did very well and moved forward, right? And then we were back in base, and it was my fault coming down. Well, it was a 4-on-4, right? I think Parrot was low versus Meek, and then I decided, for unknown reasons, to come down and help rape Meek. But as I got there, Parrot was smoked and he died, and then they had the advantage on top and flagged. I think that was basically how it worked. It was like a 3v2 they had, and we had Parrot dead.
When you guys got capped on, did you did you first think, crap, we just lost this game, or were you more along the lines of, we're a better team, I think that we have enough time to catch up and win?
I don't know about anyone else, but I was so pissed. I was really, really pissed. But yeah, I definitely thought that because it was really frustrating, because I felt going into the game that everyone as an individual was playing pretty well, and it was just so annoying to be able to give up the cup that early for such a pretty simple mistake. And because we got capped on so early, there was still a lot of time left, so we had plenty of time to gather ourselves again and just go to work on what we know how to do.
What was actually going through your minds when you saw that cap go? We understand, Sebek, that you were, very upset that you allowed it to happen. But did anyone in particular stand up and say, rally the team and say, let's, we can pull this off?
Yeah, I think we're past that motivational speech stuff. I think everyone there has the right mindset, after the cap. So, like PF said, we had plenty of time to come back into the game. So, we just, let our instincts do the work.
All right, well, let's hear from V. So, Meek, Terror, I think you guys are the only ones from V on the Mumble right now. What do you think?
Think about what?
About the game. Did it go as you expected? Were you expecting it to be a little bit different? Were you expecting to at least pull out a tie after you got that first cap? What was going through your mind when you came into the game versus when you left?
After the first cap, I felt like we could hold down our game one-on-one versus them, but we kept getting shitty spawns, so we didn't get the positions that we wanted. And they had really good works, and they kept the pressure on. So, yeah, good job.
I'd say that overall, I was very impressed with Violent's performance despite losing. Have you guys been practicing a lot? I haven't seen Fighter on his real name when he plays. Does he smurf a lot? Do you guys smurf a lot?
Actually, since last weekend, I just started playing last night, so after the SGL games, I just go inactive for a week, turn up on the weekends. But I have vacation now, so I'll start playing a lot more. And as for the others, I'm not sure. I think Fighter Smurfs a bit, but he said that he played pretty bad today. And Far is Gus as well. Just been trying to play a couple of games. I think Terror is the most active one.
Well, what do you have to say there, Terror? How do you feel things went in the game? Did you think you guys could have done anything a little bit different to pull it out there?
Can Terror talk, or does he have to type?
He can if he unmutes himself.
Channel error. I don't want to talk though. Channel error. Just want to listen.
Well, there you go. Terror doesn't want to talk. I don't know if we should take that as he's upset at the outcome of the game or what, but obviously he doesn't want to talk. Do we have any comments or questions from members of the community for either CADF or the V crew? Hope you guys don't mind me calling you the V crew.
You don't mind.
Didn't see the game. Channel Black 07. I have question.
All right, go ahead and unmute yourself, Death07. I'm gonna send any other questions from you.
I guess I have a question for both Violent and CADF, and basically it's talking about the colors in terms of colors that you guys ended up with. I know CADF, I believe they picked green. Do you guys feel like the colors helped you or hurt you this game in any way?
Yeah, we have this discussion every time we're the home team. Basically, we don't know what to pick, but we just pick green because we feel like it's a color we're comfortable with. We could play red just as well. But whenever I ask the clan, it's always like a long gap of silence because no one is really sure what color to pick.
I think it's easier to be offensive on the green team. Their spawns are better. The map, you can hold the positions better.
That's funny. Usually in
Was not planned wearing us before. This game part of your strategy.
Peace has a question. He says, I have a question for CADF. Was not clan warring us before this game a part of your strategy?
No. Actually, I was up for any clan war with B, but I think what happens is we just didn't have 4 when they asked. But yeah, I'm always up for a clan war.
No, I duck you guys every chance I can get.
Queen.
7. I'll just type mine. Mike isn't.
Alright, so we got a question for Death07. His question is for V. The third cap was almost a surprising one. Did you guys expect that cap?
I think I was going around to rape up top from the bottom, and it was a 2-on-2 situation, and we managed to get both of them. It kind of fell apart from there.
Death just made the comment that everyone thought you guys could stop them since the majority of CADF was smoked. Any comments on what happened there?
Well, they're very composed, so they know what to do in these kinds of situations. They raped us very well and covered the positions and spawns very well, and it wasn't a problem for them.
Just to try and give the other side of that, I think obviously that started with a 4v4 in their base. I died first to 4 who picked me off whilst I was trying to cross the bridge, and I think Parrot died low, and then DZ and Puffball were left, and DZ made the call. Ordinarily, I think most of the time we'd expect the last 2 to either try and back up or try to do damage and then tap in. But DZ made the call to push in because, I don't know, people were leaving base or people were weak, and he saw an opening to try and create some pressure, and so him and Puff just went in. I'm not sure how exactly that fight went, but I think DZ kind of made up for his earlier decision with that call there.
I think that sort of play it proves that even smoked, it's you can put good pressure and flag. You can flag smoked if you have a good positioning and you don't get bad spawns. You can hold off people and you can flag.
Yep.
Well, excellent points from both sides. All right, well, I think that about wraps up the post-game broadcast. If nobody else has anything that they want to add, I'd like to thank V for coming out. I'd like to thank CADF, and obviously I'd like to thank everybody else for paying attention to these broadcasts, for taking an interest in the SGL season. Keep up the good work to all of the refs and the staff, and thanks again. We'll see you at the next game.
Chairman, please. I have a comment.
Okay, thanks.
Will win this SGL.
Yeah, once we get to practice a bit together, I'm sure we will beat them next time.
Well, I'm glad I stuck around to catch that. Peace says that his comment to add is that Violent will win this SGL, so we're definitely looking forward. I know that Violent and CADF are going to be the, or I believe, I'll make this supposition here that Violent and CADF are going to be the TBWA and CADF of SPL last season. You guys are definitely both going to be the top contenders for the championship, so we'll see you there.